I'm Staff Sergeant Patrick Riley, Patrick-Riley, and I work at the 628 Security Forces Squadron K9 section. So what we do kind of day to day, we arm up, we work the road just like normal Security Forces members, except we come and we pull our partner, make sure they're fed, taken care of before we get the day started, and we'll go do walking patrols, do detection sweeps throughout the day. We'll go to the vehicle search pits, we'll sweep vehicles, sweep buildings, anywhere that it could be a potential threat, or just to get them into the public's eye to let them know that we're here. That's pretty much it. So what we do as military working dog handlers, we come into work, we do the same as security forces. If we're not working our dog, we go back to flight, we'll work the gates and everything like that. So we're capable of doing all that, plus maintaining our dogs, making sure they're trained, good to go, well, taken care of, make sure they're healthy. And we'll come in, do training every single day. Even when we're working, we're still doing training. And even on our off time, we'll come in if we need to get something done, or just to pull our dog, just get them out of the kennel for 30 minutes to an hour. We'll come out here, throw the Kong around with them, take them through the obedience course, and the job never stops really. So some of the training is, we'll do our patrol training, which is the bite work. We will practice doing different scenarios where we'll have our decoy that will have a suit on so they can obtain a bite without getting hurt themselves. Yeah, so some of the training we do includes patrol work, which is, the dog biting an individual, and then detection. So what we do with the bite work, we'll have our decoy, they'll put on a suit or a wrap so they don't get hurt during our training. And we'll usually come out here, some other area where we try to get them used to another environment, and we'll send them on a bite depending on the scenario, if they're wanting to be compliant, or they're just going to try to run away from us. And so that's where they come into play. We'll let them off leash to chase them so they can detain them for us, and we can get up there and apprehend them ourselves. And then so for the detection part, we have our training aids, and the same thing, we'll go around base, we'll go to different facilities, different areas, so the dogs are used to different environments, and we'll set our training aids so they can go find everything, and they'll get their the reward, which is the Kong. And so yeah. She's our green dog, so she's obviously got, quirks I need to work out. Hey, sit, good. Down. So having a green dog is definitely probably one of the biggest challenges when it comes to being in the K9 field. They come from Lackland Air Force Base, and when we acquire them as green, they know the bare minimum. So it's kind of like a new troop coming out of BMT. They know the bare minimum just to get by. So when they come to us, it's up to us to further that. So when it comes to the training, it's more methodical. We have to go through steps and a process to get them up to the standard that they need to be. And then once they're at that standard, obviously we further progress so they know more, and they're just quicker with their responses. Their obedience is 100 times better. So they just become an all-around, well-rounded MWD. Green dog is just a brand new dog. There's like a BMT, they come fresh. It's just a term we use. They barely know just the minimums. I've been with MWD Ubi for a few months now. I picked her up back in August of 2019. So we've gone through a lot of hardships together. She's definitely tagged me a couple times on accident. I have the reward, she wants it. And that's one of the things we had to work through. She had a hard understanding of wanting to do the heel, which is coming to my side. So we really struggled on that one a little bit. Her patrol work, which is the bite work, had some small issues. So it's all those, step by step, knocking one out at a time. You have to fix one issue before you can move on to the next. So that's obviously a time factor of, we gotta be able to get this dog up to working, but we gotta be able to get there slowly and making sure everything's good to go. So doing our live fire over at CADM today, we do gunfire training every month, and we usually just use blank rounds. We'll use a .38 revolver, and we use our M4 carbine. And what that does, it simulates, a real world situation, God forbid if we have to, be in that situation. And so it gets them used to that environment. Every stimulus, can impede them, and we want to make sure, nothing bothers them so they can, perform their duties. So doing the live fire, where it's an actual live round, there's more gunpowder in it, so it's a louder bang. It just increases that stimulus, and it further will, distinguish, anything that they have issues with it. And so the more we do it, the more they get used to it, and the easier it will be for us if we have to get into that real world situation. We know that they'll do their job. Our bond with our MWDs is fairly important. You know, when I first picked her up, we go through what we call our rapport phase. Well, we'll literally we'll pull our dog from our kennels and we'll go on walks. We'll go all around the base. You know, we'll just get to know one another. We get used to each other, and you know, let them know that hey, we're partners. We're in this together. And so when it comes through the training, you know, I give those commands. If somewhere else were to give those commands, you know, they're supposed to listen to us, and that's where kind of that bond comes from. And you know, some dogs are, you know, really special. Like, I love this dog, and she's my partner, even though she'll tag me every now and then. She frustrates me, but I know she's got my back out there, so it's not, you know, that big of a deal when she gets me every now and then. So the MWD mission, in my opinion, is highly important. You know, they have amazing noses to where they can sniff out, you know, anything that you train them to they want to sniff. For the explosives, you know, we go downrange and we need to sweep a building or a roadway. We're going to be the first ones in line, first ones in to make sure it's clear. If there's anything in there, we find it so nobody gets, you know, hurt. When it comes on the base, you know, the vehicles coming in, we want to make sure those vehicles are clear so no one's trying to bring anything onto the installation. So to me, like, they're highly important, a very, very valuable asset.